How's it going?
Just kidding, it's not done.
That was funny, man. Big comedy guy.
Yeah, that's what I do. I do comedy. Big comedy.
How was your day? Something about this, how was your day, by the way, is it's not asked before, so it's kind of fresh information. Anyways, how was your day?
Oh, you're asking me because you haven't asked me up to this point?
Yeah, just so it's conversation worthy.
Okay. It's pretty long.
That's cool.
So
I got our bear fact for today.
Okay.
So it's like I said yesterday, there was the 1 and 2 and the flippity flop.
Yep.
Whenever bears get pregnant, they don't become pregnant straight away. They kind of like store it, and then they give birth.
They store the baby.
They store the baby. It's called
A cup.
Delayed implantation.
So they just hold on to it.
Until they have enough weight for hibernation, and then they give birth during hibernation, and the cub just sucks the nipple all winter.
So cubs they're only born during hibernation.
Yeah.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. Kind of a safe environment for it.
So that was part 1 and part 2?
Yes.
What was part 2?
That they give birth while they hibernate. The first one was that it's delayed.
That it's delayed?
They broke that into 2, which it kind of should just be 1. Because when it's separate, it's just dry.
I still can't believe you ate my Reese's.
I don't give a fuck.
You didn't know whose they were.
I assumed they were yours because you had gotten home recently, and I looked in the fridge like 16 times before you got home.
And then all of a sudden there were some Reese's that appeared.
And I was like, ooh, it's my favorite candy, man. Fuck you.
Do you think Reese's is the best candy on the planet?
Chocolate-wise, I will put money on it.
No, like the best candy. Like if
I had to pick one chocolate candy?
No, just one candy in general for the rest of your life, and you know you'll never get bored of it, what would it be?
Reese's. I wouldn't choose like that. There's chocolate candy, and then there's like fruity, or not fruity, but like there's the
Tart,
gummy worms and
sweet tarts,
that
Starburst, Skittles.
Anything that's not chocolate. I don't know what to call that category.
Just non-chocolate.
Yeah, non-chocolate. I would take chocolate over non-chocolate most days out of the week, unless it's like some of those sour bright octopuses. Those things go hard.
I still think Reese's is the best candy.
Yeah, 100%.
It is.
Reese's.
Well, people say Reese's Pieces. It's like, no.
Say Reese's.
Reese's.
I say Pieces.
What if people started saying that? Can I get a Pieces of that?
Oh my God. Pisces.
Reese's Pieces.
Peanut butter chocolate. Great when separate. When they combine, they make the morning time epic. Morning time epic.
Wow.
REESES. Yes.
No, and I just told you a second ago, the reason I got the Reese's in the first place is because it's a little experiment. Because Dad is always saying how, you shouldn't eat garbage, or, what are you eating? Why are you eating that? So I put the Reese's in the fridge, and it's just gonna sit there. And I told Mom, just tell him you don't know whose they are, and they're just sitting there. Guarantee you, he will eat at least one.
At like midnight.
Maybe he'll eat 2. Maybe he might eat them both.
I don't think if he's eating the last one, I think he'll put it back. He wouldn't want to be the one to finish it.
I could see him finishing it, but I'm saying like he always brag about how he never eats garbage, but then I'm gonna put the Reese's in there. I guarantee you, he's gonna eat at least one.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I was like, what would he eat? There's a handful of candies that he does like.
Heath.
Yeah, he likes Heath. But I thought, no, Reese's. Reese's is the best candy. So
yeah, I love Reese's.
I don't think there's any debate about that.
You know Bao?
Wow?
Mm-mm.
What? Who's Bao?
Bao chicka wow wow.
No.
Did I say boom yesterday?
Yeah, you said boom shakalaka.
Yeah. I got one for tomorrow.
Do you?
Or I could use it today.
Well, today's Friday. Did you lose track of the days again?
You know, I'm just so busy all the time.
Yeah, all the days just kind of blend together.
Yeah.
Well, I can see that happening when you're not doing anything.
No, not blend together.
It's like on like during summertime, all the days just kind of blend together. Whenever you're out of school.
Yeah. One of my favorite things to think about is if our life wasn't, you know, like wake up at Monday morning and go to work. It was like work wasn't a thing, money's not a thing. It's like the common ones that come to mind are like zombie apocalypse or World War III. There's nukes everywhere and now the world's fucked. But I don't know. I like to. My favorite thing. Why are you about to mute both of us?
I'm not. I'm just resting my hand right here. Keep talking. You're talking about zombie apocalypse.
No, I wasn't talking about zombie apocalypse. I was just talking about like my favorite things to think about are worlds or like living in a world that's. Why are your fingers on the mute buttons? It just.
What?
But just like worlds that, like from Rick and Morty, whenever they use the portal gun and they go to like a different reality or a different world that's kind of the same thing but different. Because I saw a thing on Instagram that said, well, it's the deja vu theory that whenever you're having deja vu, it's yourself in a parallel universe doing the same exact thing at the same exact time.
Okay.
So I don't know. My favorite thing to think about is just like parallel universe. I would just say the universe.
What if you're a raccoon?
I probably wouldn't be thinking about that. I'd probably be like, where's the garbage can?
Right. But in a parallel universe where you're a raccoon, how's life different? It's not. It's the same thing.
I don't eat garbage every day.
Yeah, you do. Nothing changes.
Yeah, I kind of do eat garbage all day.
But no, I see what you're saying. Thinking about how life would be different, like culturally, if you know civilization was just completely different
Yeah.
in terms of like just going to work, like having a work day.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to say? No, go ahead.
It sounded like your thing was important.
No, it's not important. I'm just saying.
Okay, random day, someone just comes up to you and says, "Hey, here's a spaceship and that can travel at light speed. Everything you'll ever need. You can leave right now, but you can never come back to Earth." Would you do it?
I can't take anything with me.
You can take stuff with you. You can probably take someone.
And where would we go?
It's up to you. You have an aircraft or a spacecraft that can travel at light speed. Where do you want to go?
You would die.
Let's get hypothetical, man.
Let's get even more hypothetical. If you got in a spaceship that could travel at light speed and you traveled at light speed, you would die instantaneously.
No way.
Yes way. It's a little too fast for your body to handle. Unless
God, that is such a bummer.
you invented teleportation.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
But what I'd do if I couldn't come back to Earth, just to go wherever,
You can go wherever you want. You're gonna be safe. You got everything to live. You can't come back.
would there be any other people there?
Go figure it out.
No, I probably wouldn't go.
I would go.
To do what?
First, I'd probably go to the center of the Milky Way because at the center of the Milky Way, it's a giant
Black hole.
It's a giant black hole, and that gives it the gravity to be a spiral galaxy. But I go check that out. I don't know. Then go check out like a big star or something. Then go land on a moon, run around.
Check out a star.
Yeah.
How close would you get?
To a star?
Yeah.
I'd probably have some sensor that has a thing that says "too hot, go away."
Too hot, go away.
Yeah.
Or can't get away because the gravitational pull is too much. Once you eclipse the event horizon?
I'm just not going to talk about things with you anymore because you make them unfun.
Do you know what the event horizon is?
I have heard of it. I don't know what it is exactly.
It's the idea that once you get close enough to a black hole, you can't go back anymore. It's pulling on you
So hard.
that you can't return anymore. Like that is called the event horizon. And once you pass that point, you cannot get out of it.
What's in a black hole?
No one knows. We only have a picture.
Would you be the first person to go through a black hole?
I've talked about this before.
You have?
Well, not on the podcast, but
Oh, good.
if you were to go into a black hole, theoretically,
You would die.
well, yes, one, you would die, but the way that you would die is you would be ripped in half an infinite amount of times, because let's say you're going in the black hole feet first, it's pulling on your feet exponentially harder than it's pulling on your top of your head. So then at that point, it would basically rip you in half,
And then rip you in half.
and then
again.
rip those pieces in half and half and half and half and half, and you just become dust. Because it's pulling on you so hard, and the difference between the 6 feet from your feet to your head means so much force, just depending on how close you are. But as you're going through it, I mean, obviously we don't know. We don't know exactly. That's just an idea. That's a theory. And I would say it probably makes the most amount of sense since how hard it's actually pulling on you. So then this idea, I don't know if in Interstellar they go through a black hole. I think they go through a wormhole.
Yeah.
And the difference between the two, not entirely sure. And they try to make sense of it. They try to make it simple. You know, they just get a piece of paper, fold it in half, and then stick a pencil through it.
Yeah.
So basically, you're just jumping, almost time traveling in a wormhole. Because you understand the concept of how space-time works, right?
The space-time continuum.
You just know words. It's just think of it like as a sheet of, you've seen it before, like a blanket.
Yeah.
And then, planets rest on the blanket, and it's got its own little gravitational pull.
Do you know what that's called?
What?
Do you know what theory that is?
Tell me.
The theory of relativity, Brandt.
Okay. Well.
Get fucked. All you know is words.
And so that black hole, like any black hole, the little dimple that it makes in the blanket is almost infinite, and it just goes and goes and goes. I'm not going to say it is infinite. Maybe it is, but it's practically at that point.
Wow.
So you would just fall inside the black hole forever. But that's the thing, though. Is like you'd think it has to go somewhere, right? So things have been sucked into black holes. I mean, that's happened. I mean,
At least once.
it happens.
Like 5 or 6 times.
It's happened at least like 6 times. Things have gone inside black holes. But where do they go?
Let's look that up because there's no answer. No one knows the answer, but let's see what.
Well, there's no way you could know.
Let's see what people think they know.
And what was so amazing about how we got a picture of a black hole in the first place is they're so hard to find when you're just looking out into space. It's like trying to find, if you were in the middle of the ocean and you decided to stick your head underwater and look down and you tried to find a pebble on the ocean floor that's 200 yards down. You're looking for a very distinct pebble. It's going to be almost impossible to find because in this case, black holes have so much force. They have their gravitational pull is so much they suck in light. So basically, you're looking for things around it to illuminate it because all the light that goes to it just gets sucked up.
Wow.
Did you find something about where things in black holes go? It's just going to be theories.
Yeah. It's talking about Einstein's theory of general relativity.
What you could do is you could shoot a bullet, a tracer round, into a black hole and see where it goes.
God, that would be so cool. I wish one world that I wish I was born in is like the same world, but we're 400, 500 years advanced in technology. And we fly around in spacecrafts and we can leave Earth and just come back as like I live on Earth, but I work on Mars. I don't know.
Yeah.
the idea of being able to travel light speeds and be okay is cool to me.
Yeah, if only we could do it. Like being able to travel at light speed would make exploration a lot easier, and we can go find other habitable places. But realistically, humans aren't capable of doing that. And even if we were capable of moving at the speed of light, we don't even know how the first thing to do to be able to make something that's capable of traveling at the speed of light. I mean, we can make things that go pretty fast, but not that fast. And if we could, I feel like it would be super, super expensive in terms of resources to be able to move something like that. What are you looking at?
Nothing.
Nothing? You just sat there staring at your computer screen?
Yeah, I was just. And this is. Do you know how fast the speed of dark is?
The speed of dark? Probably just as fast as the speed of light.
54 meters per second.
That's not that fast.
Well, that's what a scientist in 2013 determined.
The speed of dark.
It would be the same speed as light.
Well, no, then darkness doesn't spread just because of the absence of light. Or maybe it does. That's what I was thinking. It would be just the same as the speed of light would be. Because where there's not light, there's darkness. And so if light travels at, whatever it is.
The definition of darkness is the partial or total absence of light.
Right. So then in the case like darkness moving at 54 meters a second.
What is darkness made of?
Dark. Black.
Broken light.
Broken light.
Who created darkness? I love the people ask thing.
Thanos.
Do you know who created darkness?
Dr. Nefarious.
God.
Makes sense. I mean, I probably couldn't explain it any better than that. So then who created light?
Bro, one of the things is, did Allah create darkness? Let's see.
He could have. Or it could have been Lord Gwyn. Or Gale. Or Pontiff Sullivan. I could see that happening. I didn't ask you about your day. How was your day?
Oh, my day was pretty good. I got something that I got to do after this that's going to be
Epic.
epic to say the least. Like the bare minimum.
Like epic is the bare minimum.
Epic is the bare minimum.
So it can only go up from there.
Only.
So are you.
Correct.
So what'd you do today?
Worked, read my book, and got preparations for what I'm doing tonight.
Good for you. Yeah, I went out to Lexington, as you know, about an hour away. Did a service call. I was there for 3 hours. Wasn't supposed to be as difficult as it was. Unfortunately, it was just supposed to be a board swap. But here's the thing. I don't know DSC that well. There's a bunch of things that I had to move around, wires that had to go in certain places that I didn't exactly know how to do it. And then the cell phone didn't work, and then the keypad got bad, and then the fire loop didn't work, and I was like, this is not okay. But you know what? I left. Just kidding. I left it in a place where it's serviceable, but someone else is going to have to go back that knows DSC a little better than I do. But then I was looking for help, but I couldn't because I didn't have any reception because it was out in the middle of nowhere. I had no reception at all.
I've been there. Zero reception.
Zero reception. So I couldn't call anyone. And so I left, and I was telling Dad about what happened. And he was like, "Oh, why didn't you just call me? I could have helped you." Because I can't call you. I couldn't have called you. I have to drive like 25 minutes away to get any kind of reception.
I was able to call Dad. I just stepped outside.
I stepped outside and I dropped our call twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was using the Wi-Fi that was there, and I enabled Wi-Fi calling, and it still dropped.
Me too.
Yeah.
One thing that happened today. So my phone is going on 4 years old, and it's chugging along. It's got a few things wrong with it. Top speaker doesn't work. The whole back of the phone is completely cracked, and it's an iPhone XS. And a new thing happened today that my battery life is on 78%, which means it dies in like 3 hours. And
If you're playing Clash.
and it gets hot no matter what I'm doing that fast. Like the first thing I open starts getting my phone hot. But a new thing happened today, and this has never happened to me. I opened my phone and I was trying to like it recognized my face, and I was trying to swipe up, and it was just scrolling down. I couldn't open my phone by swiping up. I had to tap on a notification to open the phone.
So right now, if you unlocked your phone with your face,
It works now. I had to power my phone off, but for like an hour, every time I opened my phone, I just tapped on a notification because that little thing that pops up on the bottom, that little bar, wasn't there.
isn't it funny how a power cycle always fixes everything?
Yeah. But my phone is, it's going down the ditch. I'm going to get a new phone soon, though. I'm going to get the iPhone 12 Pro.
Oh, get the C.
What?
What's it called? The is it the 6C or the 8C? You know, they had like
The 5C?
maybe it was the 5C. It had like the all the crazy colors on them. You can make them like yellow or red or
I had that. I had a white one
nice.
in 8th grade.
Yeah, get that again. It's a good phone.
I upgraded from that phone to the phone that I have now. So I'm not going to go backwards.
Okay,
So-
then get an 8 Max.
No, I'm going to get a 12 Pro.
Okay, do your thing.
You have a 12 Pro Max.
No, this is I think an 11.
Oh, you have an 11?
Yeah, but I think Apple's about to announce their new phones.
Yeah, I don't want the 13.
I think they're going to announce it here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, it comes out soon.
I wonder if they're going to do a flip version. Try and compete with Samsung's flip phone. And I still have never seen someone with one.
I think I'm going to get the 128 gigabyte storage because I want a bunch of pictures.
And games.
No, I only give myself one page of one folder of games, 9 games. And I only play like 2 of them.
Well, I guess that way you can download movies too.
I'm not downloading a movie. Are you nuts?
Yeah, you can download a movie so you can watch it whenever you're in a place with no reception and you're bored. That's what it's for. That's what the storage is for.
The iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Max are at the same price and 256 gig. But I don't want the Max. I'm not big on the big phone thing.
I wasn't until I was. It just makes sense for me. It just does. A lot of people are going out tonight and doing fun things, but I am exhausted. So tired. I would just rather get dinner and relax and go to sleep. I know it sounds like a pretty boring Friday night, but I'm not feeling it. I got a big day tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. There's lots of good stuff going on Saturdays. What are you looking at?
I typed in iPhone 13 release date and it put in iPhone 12 Pro.
Also, why'd you ask me what I was doing tomorrow night?
So I want to play Black Ops.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, come on. We'll be, I don't know what we'll be doing tomorrow, but we'll be doing something. I know I'll be kind of busy, but I won't be that busy. I think I have some school stuff I need to do tonight before I go to sleep.
The 4th, if the iPhone release date follows Apple's pattern for previous launches, we should see it the 4th Friday of September, which just means the 1 month from now.
Yeah, the end of the month.
So by the end of October, it'll be out, and I'll have a new phone. I want a new phone so bad. This thing dies so fast.
Or what you could do is wait for the new phone to come out and then get the 12 Pro.
Did I not say that?
No, you said you want to get the new one.
No, I said I don't want to get the new one.
You literally said that you want to get the new phone when it comes out.
You're fucking with me because I don't remember saying that. It's a cash money play.
Isn't.
To get the one that was just out right when the new one comes out.
Yeah, that's kind of what I should have done when I got this phone. But I got it because my contract ended pretty much at the same time I destroyed my old phone with my guitar. And so I went and got a new one. And it was like, 3-4 months before they announced the new phone. So whatever.
Yeah.
You could also wait till Christmas because I got some good deals for phones during Christmas. I mean, you can go another, 4 months with that phone?
Honestly, I don't know if it's going to make it 4 months.
You can still FaceTime with it.
If I open up FaceTime and Snapchat, my phone goes in slow motion.
Slow-mo.
Like if I do FaceTime and Snapchat at the same time, it goes half as fast. You want to see the back of it?
No.
I'm not like proud of it, but like this is what's happened to it over time.
Well, maybe you get a better case and stop dropping it.
Honestly, it was like this for the first I had it.
If you can't see, it's just shattered, kind of towards the top, and then there's glass falling out the top of it on the backside. I'm actually surprised you haven't cracked the camera lens.
Yeah, me too. And I was gonna say the front of it, but the front of it's kind of cracked.
I bet that phone's worth about $100.
It's worth $250.
Oh, really?
But I can fix it for $350. So I'm not fixing it.
So it's $250 if you fixed it. If you fix it,
And it costs $350 to fix it.
so they won't take it as it is.
No, because the back is broken.
So then at that point, you just keep the phone.
That or with David had an iPhone 7 that was completely fucked. Like same condition except it didn't have a cracked screen, and they gave him $250 for it as it was. They didn't even ask questions about it. They're like, just give it.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave the case on mine and do that.
Yeah. I still have my old phone too. My 8 that I completely shattered with my guitar because it was the same deal. I went to I think it was the Sprint store, and you can even go to the Apple store too. They're like, yeah, we'll take it from you, but you got to pay to fix it. So then you pay to fix it, which is the exact same amount of money that they'll buy it from you for. So then what's the point?
Yeah, they told me fix it for $350. We'll trade it in for $250. I looked at her and I was like,
Are you serious?
that was a joke, right? Like you weren't being serious.
Yeah, why? I don't understand why it's so expensive to fix the phone. I mean, all they do is they just pop out the old glass, clean it out, and then pop the new glass in. It can't be that hard. I'm sure it's a little bit more difficult. But there's an upcharge in there for sure. You got any weekend plans?
Not sure.
You're not sure? You do anything skateboarding today?
Almost got hit by a car.
You were skateboarding in the street?
Yeah.
Where?
Here.
Like at the top of the street?
Yeah.
Why were you up there?
'Cause it's flat.
It's flat down here too.
But I can only go like 2 pushes and then I gotta stop and turn around and go back the other way.
How'd you almost get hit by a car?
I was just going down one side and there was a car coming and I tried to do a ollie, I think. And I kind of lost my footing and my weight went forward and I was about to cross over the double line and then I stopped and the car passed. I was like, oh shit. I almost just got that.
I asked Henry this the other night. What's a movie you could put on and you'll go to sleep every time? Like if you put that movie on,
The Dirt.
you haven't seen it. Douche.
I don't know. I've never
Like,
been in bed about to fall asleep and be like, all right, I'm going to put a movie on to fall asleep to.
really? Or a TV show?
YouTube?
You're saying that you never put on The Office and fell asleep?
No.
Not one time?
YouTube?
What, Friends?
No.
No? You're not that person?
Rick and Morty and Solar Opposites for sure.
You put those on, you fall asleep?
Yeah. Sometimes I like to put really. I'm not saying Rick and Morty is sophisticated, but they say really big words. Whenever I want to fall asleep, I watch something sophisticated with really big words in it that my mind, like over time, I can't keep holding on to it and keep absorbing it.
You just let go.
It kind of makes me fade out.
Okay.
I kind of just have to like make myself tap out.
Like, have you ever, like, there was a TV, like the TV's been on downstairs and whatever's been going on, and a movie was playing and you never fallen asleep during a movie?
I mean, I'm sure I have. I don't know. Nothing comes specifically to mind.
I feel like that for me would be Moneyball. I feel like if Moneyball was playing and I was kind of tired, I would fall asleep. Not because it's a boring movie. I love the movie. It's definitely my favorite baseball movie. But it's kind of slow. It's got good music in it, but it's a very calm movie. At times. Definitely a good one.
What's that?
What? Moneyball?
Yeah, what's that?
You've seen it. With Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill. And Chris Pratt.
That's not Brad Pitt.
It is Brad Pitt.
Tom Cruise.
Shut up. You know it's Brad Pitt.
It's Tom Cruise and George Clooney.
Yeah. Tom Cruise. I don't think they've ever done a movie together. There's no Tom Cruise and George Clooney movies. I don't think they're friends. I'll go ahead and say it. They're probably not friends. What'd you find?
Everything. Everything that all I typed in was Tom Cruise, George Clooney. Everything is George Clooney responds to Tom Cruise COVID-19 speech. But that was December of 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not friends. So Donda's about to come out.
Mm-hmm.
No, seriously, it's about to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So is Drake's album.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people at this point just don't care.
Yeah.
There's a point where you're just waiting too long.
When you drag the hype out too long, the hype will die.
Yeah, and everyone's just like, okay, I don't really care anymore. I feel like it's getting to that point, like, right now.
What if he doesn't release it till like 24?
What if he just doesn't release it? Just keeps it in his back pocket?
And then...
Because Drake will drop his album. That'll happen. For sure. It's going to happen soon. Kanye could just say, you know what? Y'all don't deserve it.
That would be something he would do.
Yeah, he's like, nah, y'all don't deserve this. Only gods can listen to this. So it's just him. He's got headphones on and listening to his own album. He's like, no, Kim, you can't listen to it. You're not a god. Not like me. Can you, gosh, just being a god like that. Like if you were Kanye and you were a god, what would you do?
I don't know.
What would be the first thing you do as a god?
I would probably have to get used to that weight of like the dick being around my shoulder all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sure it weighs a lot.
Yeah.
He's stronger than you think. He's moving a lot of weight. Daily.
Well, he's a god, so yeah. I mean, you would imagine a god's pretty strong.
He's carrying dicks on their shoulders.
I feel like Kanye's invented something that we don't know about.
The Yeezy.
No, we know about that, but there's got to be something else he's invented that's just sitting in his house.
Let's just see what comes up for Kanye inventions.
Kanye inventions.
5 mad inventions Kanye wants to make with Mark Zuckerberg's $1 billion investment.
But he never got it. Mark Zuckerberg said no. Why is your face changing so much? What are you reading? Read it. I want to know.
I'm sorry. Hovercrafts.
He wants to make hovercrafts?
Yeah, that was one of the things.
How is he going to do that? with Mark Zuckerberg's $1 billion?
A luxury search engine. Just a search engine to look up
Luxurious
Gucci.
things.
And yeah.
A search engine just for luxury things. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense because you could still do that with Google.
Emoticon autocorrect. Autocorrect for emojis.
Has he said that that's something he wants to invent? Autocorrect for
He
emojis.
says he wrote it down in 2012. He thought of that 9 years ago.
Emoji autocorrect. That's the thing though. Is like
yeah, you can type like dog, and the dog emoji will pop up.
Oh, though that kind.
I don't.
Where you type the word and then the emoji pops up as a suggestion.
I don't know if that's it. If that's like the exact idea, but I mean, it could be.
No, I think so. That would make the most amount of sense. I was just thinking more literally. You put in the wrong emoji and it corrects it to something else. Like, oh, maybe you're thinking this emoji when you put this one in. But it's like I put fire and you think I want heart eyes. How do you think that's what I want? See what I'm saying? That wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. But then the one that's already been implemented now for a handful of years, that would make more sense. Where you type out a word and then it gives you the option if you want to use an emoji for that word and just replaces it as a whole.
Okay, Bill Gates.
I was just talking. Gosh, you're so testy today.
Maybe because I don't have any.
Maybe because you ate my Reese's and I poisoned it. The package was open. The package was open.
And you had one.
Before I poisoned them.
Shit.
You go back in time to 1950.
What?
What's the first song you're making?
Like, am I going to make it before someone else?
You can make any song you want in 1950, but you can only make one. Not songs that came out in 1950, but what you know now. If you were going to make a song, maybe it already exists. Maybe it's something that you just want to make on your own. But it's 1950 and you have the studio and they're like, okay, we're going to give you one song and you get to make it.
Sicko mode.
Sicko mode. I wonder how people would respond to that. Like, what is this? There's no guitars. There's no drums. There's no saxophone. It's just beat and then sicko mode. Really? You'd pick sicko mode? That's what you would do?
Hotel California.
Already exists.
In the 50s?
Yeah. Hotel California came out in 1948. No, it came out in 1976. Or 77.
Good. I was going to say. I didn't even find the original date, but I was like, it did not come out right after World War II. Are you fucking kidding me?
Hotel California.
Clear Creedence Revival. It was already a fucking thing.
Yeah, CCR. I think Hotel California was 77. Am I right? I am. No, it was 76. Okay, I was right the first time. What's your favorite song of all time?
Sicko mode. I'm just kidding.
Sicko mode. Your favorite song? You've a playlist with one song on it.
Happy by Pharrell Williams.
Dude, get that out of my ears. I do not want that in my eardrums.
I don't know. One song.
Hungry Like the Wolf.
Oh, would we get copyright striked if I played a song?
Yes. Yeah, you can't play. Unfortunately, you can't play music.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Why? You're just going to play this song and make me figure it out?
No.
What were you gonna play? You can't play it.
Theoretically, like I'm gonna use is okay.
No, don't press buttons.
No, theoretically, if I played this song for literally this long, like that long, do you think you'd be able to pick that up?
I don't know what the rules are, but I know that we're not allowed to play music.
You want to find out?
Nope.
It could just be background noise. It was my cousin.
It was your cousin. It's like it wasn't us.
He was listening to WAP.
Is that what you're gonna play?
No.
What's your favorite song of all time? You didn't answer the question, and you can't play it.
Not Afraid by Eminem.
Is that what you're gonna play?
No.
Come on, tell me. What was it?
I don't know. You can't tell me to pick one song. That's impossible.
Really?
That is impossible. I might be able to pick one genre, but that's still too impossible.
One what?
Genre?
You couldn't pick one genre?
Maybe. It would be hard. Because like some
That
days,
wouldn't be hard. One genre? Sicko mode.
some days I want to listen to jazz. Some days I want to
You don't listen to jazz. Shut up.
I listen to chill music though. Like, because I'm not stoned all the time, and there's certain music for being stoned.
Does anyone still listen to Offset?
What?
I said, does anyone still listen to Offset? Has he made any music recently? I haven't been keeping up with him.
Let's see. I would assume so. I'm sure Migos is making music.
Well, Migos I think they just did Culture 3. I could be wrong. But I think they just did. Oops.
Offset dropped a solo album in 2019 and just a bunch of singles.
How do you feel about Ariana Grande?
She's cute.
Give me your opinions.
She's cute. She has a few good songs, but I'm not like...
You're not a fan of Ariana Grande?
I don't go out of my way for her. But like, if I had the chance...
Who would you rather listen to, Katy Perry or Ariana Grande?
Like, are these my only two options?
These are your only two options.
For the rest of my life.
For the rest of your life, Katy Perry or Ariana Grande?
I honestly might be better off without music.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe I might take Rihanna over them.
Rihanna, okay. What about Beyonce?
Maybe. Probably not.
Just Rihanna.
Yeah, 'cause she got some songs with Eminem.
But I think they're Eminem songs. She's just featured on them.
Rihanna and the song are not, man.
Would you rather be an athlete or a musician? Professionally.
How professional?
Like, you're a decent artist. People know your music, kind of. And you're...
Local or national?
I'd say nationally.
Okay.
And in the same capacity that you'd be an athlete, whether you're playing football, baseball, basketball, cricket, lacrosse, polo, ping pong, shot put, frisbee, fencing, bowling,
Archery.
jet skis, cycling, tennis, golf, boxing. I'm out of sports.
I'd probably play professional baseball.
If you could play for any team, who would you play for? Actually, I take that question back. If you were going to make a new team, where would it be and what would be your mascot?
We would be in Austin.
Okay.
And we would be... The alligators. The Austin alligators.
I thought you were going to say the grizzly bears or the polar bears. You could be the Austin Reese's Pieces.
The Austinites.
The Austin Pieces.
Austin Pistons.
Pistons?
Austin Postons.
That's not going to work. Like, actually, though.
Yeah, it would be in Austin. I don't know.
What if Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, is like, Major, you're going to be the next owner of the 31st MLB team. And you can put it wherever you want. We're paying for everything because we just want you to be the owner of this team.
Oh my God, I'm so delighted.
Where are you putting the team? Austin?
Can I Snapchat about this first?
No. No.
Um,
And he says, you can pick the mascot, but it can't be an idea. It can't be just like a thing. It has to be something that's living. It can't be like the Heat, or
it has to be an animal.
it has to be something that's alive. Like the mascot has to be something that someone
The
can.
Austin oak trees.
The oak trees can't be a plant, so it can't be weed.
The Austin zooplankton. The Austin phytoplankton.
Why don't you just be the char?
I don't know, man.
The Austin fishes.
The Austin deers.
Yeah.
The Austin meese.
The meese. Like mice or moose?
Moose.
Mices?
The Austin mooses.
The Austin mooses. What would your color scheme be? That's why I feel kind of weird about the Austin FC because I don't know how I feel about their colors. Like that green. I guess their colors are just green and white.
Green and black, I think. Green, white, black.
There's not a whole lot of green teams like the A's. There's
If it were the Austin Mooses, it would be red, blue, and brown.
why brown?
Meese or brown.
The Meese are brown.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Meese or the Mooses?
Oh, we'll just go with Mooses.
Okay, the Austin Mooses, red, blue, and brown.
Why does Mooses sound like such a funny word?
Mooses? Because no one says that.
I'm just gonna.
You're going to look up to see if Mooses is correct. It's not. Doesn't matter how hard you look, it's not correct. Because whenever you say that's a moose, or look at all those moose.
Look at all those mooses.
The mooses isn't a thing.
Mooses is plural for moose, which means there's multiple.
Mooses.
Mooses.
There's no way. Mooses. What's the plural of moose? Meese.
You're kidding.
What's the plural of moose? It's either moose or meese.
A herd of moose. A herd of mooses.
Well, at least we got that straight.
Well, I mean, what's kind of weird is how there's like moose isn't mooses, but there's gooses.
Geese.
Geeses.
No, it's just geese.
Jesus.
Jesus. It's geese.
Goose Jesus.
Goose. Okay, you follow? Moose. Meese.
Mooses.
No, it's meese.
Mooses.
Okay, you can say mooses. That's fine.
I don't know, man. That shit hurted.
Then what's fish?
Beers.
Beers? Yeah, you could say that. You could say like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of beers on the table.
What if? So there's bears, but like, and there's moose. Like a bunch of mooses is just like, look at those moose. But you don't see a bunch of bears and say, look at those bear.
Yeah, that's why you say bears.
Come on, English. What the fuck?
The plural form is moose, not mooses or meese.
I know, Brandt. I'm not fucking stupid.
Mooses. You're built like a moose.
You have a moose anus.
You smell like a moose.
You have moose facial features.
You have moose legs.
I bet by the time you're 40, you're gonna have a case of moose finger.
What if that was like a new disease?
Moose finger.
Moose finger.
Let's see.
Are you gonna look that up as if moose finger's a thing?
Let's see. Wait, no, not moose finger puppet, just moose finger.
A moose finger puppet. You're not gonna find anything about moose finger. Because it'd be like moose toe. You get some moose eye?
Some moose toes.
You got a moose nose.
A moose knuckle.
Why have I heard of that? What's a moose knuckle?
It's the male equivalent to a camel toe.
Oh. That's what that is. Moose knuckle. Okay.
Did you look it up?
I did look it up.
Is there a picture of a dude in an orange suit?
I don't know. This is a guy in an Olympic suit.
Yep, that's what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
yeah.
Yep.
There's a...
I looked up moose toes and that came up.
one of the things that came up too is a place here in Austin called the Moose Knuckle Pub.
I'm not going there.
You're not going to the Moose Knuckle bar?
I'm going to go to the moose's knuckle.
Is it a gay bar?
That's what I was going to say. I didn't want to say it though.
I want to see. That would be an interesting place. Good place for all beers, beer pong, and hip-hop music. Well, people like it. So, I'm not going to knock it. I bet Moose Knuckle's a nice place.
Good place for beers,
Beer pong.
bears, beer pong.
Oh, it's on 6th Street. It's on East 6th. Moose Knuckle Pub. Maybe I'll have to try it sometime.
Well, I think it's been a good one.
Oh, really? You're done?
I think it has been a good one.
Well, what if I don't want to be done?
You can close it out whenever you want. I'm going to leave though, because
I wasn't done talking about black holes.
that was like 30 minutes ago.
I'm not done. I got more to say about black holes. No, stop it. Quit pressing buttons. I have a question for you. When a star dies, a supermassive star, it becomes, basically when it dies and it fades, it becomes one of two things at the end of its life. What are those two things?
Hydrogen?
No. Like it's an object. They become, well, yeah, objects.
Planet?
One is a black hole.
Oh, yeah.
When a really, really big star dies and it turns into... There's another stage before it. I think it's like a dwarf star.
But I mean, this takes hundreds of millions of years to happen.
But then there's a... So whenever it dies, most stars quietly fade away and then supergiants destroy themselves in a huge explosion called... You should know this.
Supernova.
Yes. And so... they become either black holes or neutron stars. You heard that before? A neutron star?
Jimmy Neutron?
A neutron star. It is the most dense thing that we know of. Do you know how dense that is?
I guess we're going to find out.
Did you know that? So here's basically the supermassive star that dies and collapses, explodes. I don't know if it explodes first and collapses or it collapses and then explodes. But at some point, it'll either become a black hole And I think it becomes a black hole when it's massive enough. But then the other thing it can become is a neutron star. And you know what a teaspoon is? Like you get like a, you look at your silverware and you got your big spoons, you got your little spoons.
Mm-hmm.
The big spoons, that's a tablespoon.
Yeah.
And then you have your teaspoon, is a little spoon. You take the teaspoon and you have a teaspoon of a neutron star. Just like right there. 1 billion tons.
Wow.
Like they would, yeah.
If you placed it on Earth,
It would destroy Earth. Undoubtedly. Like if I was just holding it in my, let's say I was a god and I like Kanye. Let's say Kanye just walking around with neutron stars in his hands. He's got a teaspoon of a neutron star. He's like, oh, I dropped it. And it would accelerate into the Earth from where he dropped it, holding his arm out. And that thing would slice the Earth in half. Because it weighs so damn much. Or you would think, like, at what
if you
point,
set it down and it just tore through the Earth?
like if you thought about it, if something weighed that much, I feel like the first thing it would do is it would just like cause a crazy earthquake.
Yeah.
Like if you placed that much weight so confined to one little space, I feel like it would just rip through everything and just go straight to the center of the Earth.
We can never know until we find out.
Let's go find a neutron star.
Where do they sell those?
Probably CVS
All right,
or Walgreens.
I'll check there tonight. But
So
other than that,
if I had that spaceship that you're talking about where I can go anywhere at the speed of light, I'd go straight into a black hole just to figure out what's going on. And then, you know, I would just live stream the whole thing. So that way everyone could know. Like, yep, this is what happens when things go in the black. Actually, that's what I would do. I would sit right at the edge of the event horizon, and I would just throw things into the black hole and see what happens. I would film it and be like, yep, here's what happens. I just like throw a can of beans in there. You just watch the can of beans just turn into dust. Or it just gets sucked in and it disappears and it's just gone forever.
okay, if you saw this stuff get turned to dust, obviously you wouldn't get near it. But if you saw it just kind of like, it looked like it went somewhere, would you be curious to go in?
So if I threw that can of beans in there and just kind of like just went in
Like it just like kind of looked like it keeps going.
and just kept going inside,
Yeah.
I would make if I had the technology to be able to travel at the speed of light, I probably have the technology to make a clone of myself. I would stick a camera on his chest and I'd just kick him off and put him in the event horizon. All right, let me know how it goes. It goes in the black hole, and that's how I would know.
God, why haven't people done this yet?
Because you got to find the black hole first, and they're really far away.
Imagine you're just like whipping through space and you accidentally run into a black hole. Like those are just like the potholes of space travel.
They are. They literally are. Yeah, that would suck. I just hope that we create something soon enough that can travel really fast and we can actually go somewhere.
I don't know about that.
I give Elon Musk like 10 years. He'll figure something out. Okay, fine.
Well,
Fine.
it's been a good.
No, it hasn't. Shut up.
I thought it was a good one.
No. I veto that.
That's just your shitty attitude.
I reject it. And I reject you too.
Go fuck yourself, shit lips.
No.
Dirty little nipple boy.
Stop it. Let me play the outro.